guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. Thanks so much for joining me. I haven't been on, I know, for practically, I guess, 3 weeks I haven't been on for. Let me just quickly let you know, because I had a lot of people emailing me and saying, Carol, where are you? Are you okay? What's happened? You haven't been on. I've been ill, unfortunately. Recovered now, virtually completely, but it started about 10 days before my birthday, which was the 18th of November. And I had gone to a really important meeting in the city centre. And there was a group of us talking. And I remember one of my colleagues said to me, you know, are you okay in that seat? Well, can I call them a colleague? A collaborator, let's put it that way. One of my collaborators said to me at this meeting, are you okay in that seat? And I was quite squashed, I remember, around the table. And I think I just didn't want to cause a fuss. So basically I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I remember turning my body, the upper half of my body around, and my legs stayed like this. No. My torso and everything stays straight like this, and then my legs turned around, my hips turned around, my waist turned around. I think I must have kind of, pulled a nerve then, because when I got back on the Wednesday, I was fine. I was getting on with my clients, my work, blah, blah, blah. I was recording. I remember recording some stuff for YouTube on that Wednesday for the week going out. I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I knew certainly I was working with some private clients on that afternoon, that evening, and everything was fine. Then Thursday morning, got up, washed, dressed, I was absolutely fine. Started recording my videos. I was really happy doing my clients. Just felt, I feel really good today. And then by 12 o'clock, I got up to make myself some lunch, take a break, just felt this heat go up my back, and I thought, what is this? And then suddenly, bam, in the split second, just this terrible pain, this really, really, really awful pain happened. It was terrible, and I couldn't stand. And then every time I tried to, then I would just get these terrible spasms of the nerve. I wouldn't wish sciatica on anyone. It's one of the worst things that anybody can ever suffer. It's horrible. I used to suffer it years ago, but I hadn't suffered it in years, and then suddenly, bam, I think it's because I sat in the wrong position. So, but before that, I'd been bitten on as I was walking down the road, being bitten on my leg because I was wearing some sort of crop trousers, and I must have got bitten by an insect or something because my leg blew up. And then I had the sciatica, and what happened was my twin sister and her family had to take me back to their house to look after me because I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything for myself. I had to virtually go 2 days because I work for myself, so I work from home. My twin sister both my brother-in-law and my twin sister are managers at the OU, so they work outside of the home. And it started on the Thursday, and then I had to kind of wait until the Friday evening until they could collect me. I mean, I was still getting on with stuff, but I couldn't move. I couldn't, even getting into the shower was really, really painful. And then they looked after me. And it was only when it was coming up to my birthday that I was starting to recover. I was starting to feel a little bit better, just a little bit, because I've taken a lot of painkillers and stuff like that. But what I realised is that I had as well then, because I couldn't do anything, then suddenly I had a backlog of clients. A lot of year aheads as well, because as you know, I'm doing year aheads at the moment. A lot of people ordered those year aheads. And I got ill, and I couldn't do the clients. I couldn't work on them. I was in terrible pain. I think on some of the videos that I recorded that you heard for YouTube, I was recording them from my sister's place. I had to make this makeshift chair for me with this big pillow at the back. Some people could hear me wincing in pain on those videos because I was in terrible pain. I mean, it was just terrible. So I just really wanted to come and apologise for not being on for the last few weeks. And then I got the flu. After the sciatica was starting to clear up, then I got flu. So I was like, okay, all right. I haven't been ill I'll be honest with you, I very, very rarely get ill. Very rarely do I get ill. Very, very rarely. I'm usually, considering that I don't go gym, and I should go to the gym because I've got gym membership and stuff, I don't really get that ill. But those illnesses just boom, 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 one after the other, just knock me for six. So I haven't been on, number one, because of the illnesses, and number two, because the illnesses left me with a whole heap of clients that I couldn't do, that I had to catch up on. My year aheads, everything had to be out. People paid money for this stuff and it had to be out at a certain time. You know, everything was kind of, oh man, I've got all of this to do now. But finally, I'm finally getting back on track now. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Getting back on track, and things are looking good again with me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot happier. I'm feeling more in control now. So yeah, I know that I spent 6 minutes explaining, and you can always fast forward it and stuff if you don't care, which is fine. I don't mind. You come for the reading, that's fair enough. But I just wanted to put out this kind of blanket message to everyone why I hadn't been on my YouTube channel for 3 weeks, because I've been so poorly, and also because I had to try and I've not been on recently at all because I've been doing the year aheads and I just haven't had time. I'm still doing year aheads at the moment, but finally I'm getting down on the number, so I'm finally able to kind of sneak a few hours in to get YouTube stuff done. So the readings are going to be this week from the 7th to the 13th of December, so from Saturday the 7th to December the 13th, which is Friday the 13th. I'm not really that superstitious like that. Sorry if some of you guys are. But yeah, we're going to be doing the reading from that date. I just wanted to come and say hi, guys. I missed you terribly. To all of you guys that emailed me and messaged me to see where I was, and you know, there were genuinely a lot of you, and you know, saying, you know, I hope you haven't given up the channel, and you know, it really touched my heart, because it was at that point as well that I realised just how important this channel is to a lot of people. We don't get the most views, of course I don't. There are readers out there that are getting 100,000 views per video. Fair play to them, good for them, God bless them, I wish them well. But what we do on here, I think, is just so special, from just the way that people come and say, oh my God, Carol, I hope you haven't given up the channel. It really, to be honest with you, it made me cry, because I just thought, my God, I haven't given up this channel. I know that even if it's just a few minutes every week, for whatever sign I'm reading for, that for some people that's invaluable, and it's giving them help, and it's assisting them, and it's helping them to improve their life and to make really important decisions going forward. So thank you so much for all of you guys that emailed to see where I was. I'm absolutely fine. God has really taken me through. My twin sister, my brother-in-law, amazing people. My little niece Ella as well, amazing. They just really took care of me. God carried me through. Honestly, I was in that much pain. It was terrible. It was really, oh man. But you know, when you come to the other, when you come out the other side of something, and you just like, oh, I got through that. I know some people suffer from worse illnesses and stuff, I'm just saying. But anyway, we're going to get on with the reading now. I'm really glad to be back. I'm really excited to show you as well some of the decks that I got for my birthday. So if you want to see some of those decks, I think that you're gonna need to go. Where should I put this bit? I think I'll put it after the intro, actually. I'm going to show you the cards that we're using for this week. So if you want to see some of the new decks that I got, it's funny because I actually bought, remember I got this Dark Mansion Tower a few months ago out of my own pocket, paid about 70 odd quid for this, and then my family got me the smaller deck. Brilliant, they got me this for my birthday, so I can't wait to use this small deck in the reading this week, and I'm going to show you some of the other decks that I got as well for my birthday that I'm going to be using this week for the reading. Alright, so without further ado, guys, I know it took a long time. You think, for fuck's sake, get on with it. If you don't like it, guys, just, you know, fast forward the intro. But yeah, love you guys loads, and look forward to doing your reading, and sit back and enjoy. We're just going to focus now on the cards. Love you. Mwah. See you soon. Hi guys, so I want you to see the decks that we're using this week. I think I'm using slightly less, actually. I love using different decks together just to see what repeats. For your weekly check-in that we always do, we use one of the newest decks that I've got for my birthday. Some of these, well actually no, all of these. These three I bought for myself. The Dark Mansion Tarot, where have I put that? Where did I put that? There it is. The Dark Mansion Tarot, that's the one that I thought there was something missing. That's the one that I'm using for the 10 card readings afterwards, the career and the finance. Let's push this up a little bit here. I just want to get a really kind of close-up look on the stuff this week. So these three I bought for myself. This one was bought for me. Modern Witch Tarot deck we're using. Incredible deck by Lisa Stirl. Is it usually Lisa Stirl? I think it is Lisa Stirl. And I tell you, this was like really inexpensive. That I paid something like, I think, $15.99 on Amazon, down from $21.99. And the cardstock on this is almost like you're buying an indie deck. It is a little bit glossy, but it's a really, really, really lovely deck. I'm probably going to do a new channel with reviews. Let me know, guys, if you want me to start up a review channel on tarot decks. This is a new deck as well that I purchased myself. This actually came only a few days ago. Indie deck by Isabella Rotman. This Might Hurt tarot deck. Probably my favourite deck alongside the Dark Mansion Tarot and my Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And this is also a new deck. Now, this is a mass-produced deck, but it started off, obviously, as an indie deck by Chris Ann. Now, I didn't manage to do the Kickstarter because I didn't know it was on Kickstarter. I don't really buy from Kickstarter. I didn't really back Kickstarter. I should do. I'm probably going to start doing that. It's something I thought I'd start doing in the new year. But also, I didn't know about this at all. Not until I saw it advertised on Amazon when I was looking through, and I thought, wow, that looks amazing. So, I actually got this from W.H. Smith in the UK, and this was £11.66. down from $16.99. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Cardstock not that great. It's already started to fray on the side, screw shuffling, and that's over a course of a couple of days. I'm probably going to edge this deck anyway in green, because the indie deck is actually edged in green. This deck is, so I'm probably going to do that. Amazing. So we're using that for the weekly check-in. We're also going to use for your advice, your spiritual advice, another deck that I got for myself, which is the Everyday Witch Oracle. You know that I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot. I'm using the Everyday Witch Oracle by Deborah Blake. Now, for your 10-card career and love reading, we're using my smaller, which my family gave me for my birthday, smaller Dark Mansion Tarot deck. And for your spiritual advice, we're using the Tea Leaf Fortune cards and also the Blessed Bee cards by Lucy Cavendish. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the reading. Okay, Cappies. Hello, Capricorn. We've got your reading here. Please pardon me if I have a sup on my... I've got some herbal tea here, some ginger herbal tea, so I won't kind of, you know, slurp it. It's not very nice hearing people slurping and stuff, but, yeah. It's pretty hot, actually. Okay, so let's have a look. Who are you, Capricorn, between the 7th and the 13th of December? You are showing as being the 9 of Coins. Nice. You know, this is from the, what is it, the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, it's a really, I think it's a nice deck. I'm glad that I didn't get it in the indie version, to be honest. I only paid £11.66 for this. Not keen on the illustrations, if I'm being completely honest, and the independent version, bit whack, the actual cardstock. Why am I doing a review when I'm doing your reading for you? But anyway, this version of the 9 of Coins, what do I think of it? I think it's nice. I think you're nurturing something here, though. You've got a bird on the card. The birds on a tarot card mean communication. All right, it's almost like you're preparing to set something in flight. If you look at this bird, he's perched on the coin, but he looks like he's about to fly off with the coin. If that makes any sense. I mean, it looks like you're preparing to launch something here, Capricorn. With this 9 of Coins energy showing here. Now, the 9 of Coins is all about being independent and comfortable and secure and stable, especially when it comes to your finances, and especially in terms of property matters as well, because the 9 of Coins indicates something to do with property as well. I mean, you might be getting ready to, you know, to leave or to launch something from the property. Maybe you're running a business from the property, but I feel that, you know, if we're just going to discuss who Capricorn is, well, you just seem to be really happy here with this 9 of Coins. You seem to be stable and secure and comfortable, and you know, you just seem to be, you know, quite, what other word can I use with the 9 of Coins? Just quite comfortable and happy and satisfied and content, especially on a material basis, especially on an earthly level. So usually the 9 of Coins is someone who, you know, they've probably got their own apartment, whether it's rented or it's bought. You know, they've got a good job or they've got a good business that they're running, and, you know, there's enough food. You don't have to be rich with the 9 of Coins, but you certainly are comfortable with the 9 of Coins, and, you know, you're just doing well in life. And usually this bird here, usually with this lady on the 9 of Coins, this is the woman who's training. So this is, I think it's an eagle or something. I don't know what it is on this card. But this is her training her eagle, or she's she's training to do something. She's training to do something with the bird so she can make money, something like that. So I just feel that you guys are, some of you are probably preparing to do something here from your home, from a safe place, which is the Nine of Coins energy. I also get a sense of contentment and satisfaction just with everyday life, with what you're doing, with your work, with your money, that type of thing. But let's have a look at why we've got you guys showing as being the Nine of Coins energy. Because of the Seven of Swords energy showing here. It's interesting because there's a couple of things you can really say about that combination probably, and one of them is, and remember with tarot, guys, with tarot you just read how you read, you know, and I think that I have to stress that with tarot, you know, you might have made some money, Nine of Coins, so this could be, because the Nine of Coins is also about making money, gaining money through profitable ventures, for example, is the Nine of Coins. And you might have done it because of a strategy you took. So the Seven of Swords is all about clever planning and strategizing. So you might have made some money, some of you guys, through a clever plan or a clever strategy. Some of you guys, it might be that you are showing as being comfortable and independent. Perhaps you've cut off from a Seven of Swords person, a liar, you know, a fraud, that type of thing. The other thing to say with the Seven of Swords, it's actually Aquarius energy. I think it's Moon in Aquarius. But Aquarius energy loves to be out there enjoying life. Aquarius likes freedom. Aquarius likes to be amongst groups. It loves nothing more than to be. It doesn't like to be suffocated. If it feels like it's suffocated, then it doesn't like it. But the Seven of Swords likes its independence. Now, there's two things here I'm thinking of. Number one, you guys are showing as being the Nine of Coins. Comfortable, satisfied, contented with your life. You've got a nice home. You feel, you know, just really happy where you are. You feel just this really deep sense of satisfaction just with what you've got around you, with your possessions, with your friends. The Nine of Coins is also the card that indicates having lots of friends, going out for nice meals, relaxing. It's a card about the lady who lunches. So sometimes this is the woman who lives in a very nice lifestyle. She doesn't necessarily even have to earn her income sometimes with that Nine of Coins energy. But this Nine of Coins is just about feeling really good about your environment. Now, the similarities between the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Coins is that both cards indicate somebody who's very independent. All right, so the Nine of Coins could be, finally, I've got my own space. And the Seven of Swords can be, finally, I've got away from that suffocating, you know, group of people. Because it doesn't like being suffocated. The Seven of Swords is Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, I think. It just doesn't like it, always needs to feel free, independent. And, you know, this is the card about being an individual. And yes, it is also the card about enjoying going into groups, talking to people, networking with people. And perhaps some of you guys with the Nine of Coins energy here are showing as being quite affluent. Maybe you're gaining some form of financial increase, perhaps with the Nine of Coins. Maybe this is something to do with networking with others, group work, that type of thing with the Nine of Coins, Seven of Swords energy. There's all sorts. Some of you guys are happy that you are now finally independent of a liar, cheat, deceiver, Seven of Swords. So you can read that in all sorts of ways. Let's see what else is the reading saying, Capricorn. Let's have a look. So what is your goal for the week? Oh, right. So your goal, I think, with the Two of Swords is probably to block someone out. So this might be about being independent of whoever this Seven of Swords is. Possibly could be an Aquarius, doesn't have to be. All right, but this could have been a cheat, a liar, and it's almost like you're saying, you know what, actually. And it might be that that pentacle that you have there where the bird is perched and you're ready to kind of let that pentacle, that bird off. It might be the message that you are sending to this individual here. It's over, it's done, I'm quite happy on my own. Because your goal with the Two of Swords, now the Two of Swords, you can read this in a couple of ways. I think that Libra rules the 7th house of love and relationships and partnerships in astrology. So this is the card about a young woman who has a choice between two lovers, but she doesn't know what to do because she's kind of got the blindfold on, so she just can't see. She has no perception of what she needs to do. So all she can rely on, because she can't see anything, the water's behind her, all she can rely on is her intuition. So some of you guys, it might be with the Two of Swords that your goal for the week is really just to trust that intuition, especially if you're blocking someone out. Because I don't think that this is necessarily about making money, because you're showing as being affluent already this week. if it's about a plan that you're making, then why is your goal to rely on the intuition? Surely you've already relied on it in these energies here. So this might be in the week. This is about you guys being independent, strong, feeling a sense of comfort and feeling a sense of personal security, being on your own. Maybe it's something to do with somebody who cheated or deceived you, and your goal for the week is, you know what, I'm going to, not only am I going to keep this up, I'm going to block this person out. Two of Swords is also about blocking out the people around us. But also, if you look at the lady, she's got the water behind her. She's blocking out her emotions. So your goal might be to block out your emotions. In other words, I'm not going to give in to this individual here. I'm going to block my emotions out, and I'm going to truly, truly believe that I'm doing the right thing, because I'm going to really tap into that intuition with the Two of Swords. What's the obstacle you need to overcome, though? Oh, you got the Nine of Coins again. You got it again, showing in this one this time. The Modern Witch Tarot. The obstacle you need to overcome is being on your own. And I think for some of you guys, it could be for the first time. It's having all of this space. Because the Nine of Coins is all about having your own personal space as well. So the obstacle you need to overcome as well, Capricorn, is having all of this space. Suddenly you're free. You're on your own. You're like, oh, wow, I've got all this space. Oh, okay. I'm used to being with someone. I'm used to sharing my space. But now kind of I've got all of this space, and I'm kind of a little bit like, oh, man, this feels kind of weird. Which is interesting. And I think, you know, is that a bird again? You've got the bird perched this time on the hat. It was perched here now, and now it's on the hat. What could you be achieving, though, by the end of the week? The King of Cups. I feel just getting used to it. I'm not going to talk about this being not a person. I won't do that. What I will say is that what you could be achieving, because this is about you, what you could be achieving, if you look at the King of Cups, it's a woman in this particular deck sat on a throne, and she's on some choppy water. But the reason why the King of Cups is probably one of my most favourite favourite cards within the tarot, is it's all about having faith. So whereas this woman here blocks her emotions out, all right, she's got the water behind her, she's blocking out her eyes are completely kind of covered, they're blindfolded, and she's got her hands crossing her heart with these swords. She's faced with a decision here, but she won't relent on that. She's going to keep strong. She's not going to give in to those emotions, which I think is what some of you Cappies aren't doing here. But what you could be achieving, even though the obstacle is getting used to your own space, being on your own, I think what you could be achieving with this King of Cups energy is just having faith. All right, because the King of Cups, when it sits on this choppy water and it's on such a, I mean, you know, in a way, I feel that with the King of Cups, this is almost like his fantasy. Because there's no way that you could sit on an iron throne on water. You would sink, because it's gravity, whatever it is, it's the law of, you know, law of gravity, whatever you want to call it. If you put something heavy on water, you know, I mean heavy, I don't mean like something that's like a balloon or something, that'll float. But something heavy on water, a chair, whatever, it's going to sink. It's just going to sink. It's as simple as that. If it's just a static thing, I'm not talking about a ship that's got propellers or anything. If it's static and it's like that, it's going to sink. So what is keeping this man afloat, this woman afloat? What's keeping the chair afloat? What's keeping? Well, it's got to be blind faith. It's just got to be faith. You know. So what you could be achieving is a deep rooted sense of faith and belief that everything is going to be okay. Yes. Your emotions are all over the place with the water underneath the chair. Your emotions, Capricorn, are up and down, up and down, up and down. But what you could be achieving is a sense of peace and a sense of trust and a sense of knowing, you know, instead of really just trying to block this out and ignore it and suppress it, which is what the Two of Swords essentially is a lot of the time, what you're doing here with the King of Cups is you're not trying. Look at the hands, they're completely open. Okay, he's got the cup in the hand here. You know, he might be sitting on the same thing, but now it's sitting on the water. So it's literally sitting on the emotion, sitting in the emotion, being in the emotion, but not letting it affecting you, and just kind of going with, you know, the flow, because the King of Cups is all about holding your head in a crisis. So whilst you're trying to ignore what's going on here, Capricorn, you're kind of saying what you could be achieving is, by the end of the week, is admitting how you feel. Because here you're just trying to ignore how you feel. Here you're actually literally admitting it, because you're actually sat in that emotion. And I think that if you know, the obstacle you need to overcome is being on your own again, having that space, that type of thing with the Nine of Coins. But if you can do that, what you could achieve is literally, with this King of Cups energy, just weathering the storm. What is it you need to avoid? Just acting like you're oblivious to everything. The Fool. The Fool can also be this person coming back round again, because the Fool is also Aquarius stroke Uranus energy. And that's Aquarius. So they both share Aquarius in common, the Fool and the Seven of Swords. Be careful of that person coming back round again and trying it on again, because Fools come full circle as well. Remember, it's 0. So we go from a 0 through to the world and back round to the Fool. All right, so after this person's been on their travels, what happens is they come back round again with the Fool energy. So there's two things I think that you need to avoid, because what you're trying to do here is you're trying to say, with the Two of Swords, I think, Capricorn, for some of you guys, you know what, my goal is just to block this emotion out, block everything out, just, you know, completely kind of protect myself and just ignore the whole thing ever happened. But the universe says to you, avoid pretending, because the Fool really in essence is a pretender, because he's just oblivious. Avoid just acting like you're completely oblivious and like, oh, I don't care, because you do care. That's why you're trying so hard to block this out. It's better to sit in the emotion and admit that you feel a certain way and ride the storm rather than ignore it, because at some point, Capricorn, it's going to catch up with you. Okay, and you're going to come a cropper with that. The other thing is with this Fool energy, if this douchebag, whoever that is, should come round again, because the Seven of Swords is a chancer. He's not afraid just to take risks, and the Fool takes a risk. So if this person should come back around again, once it's been around, you know, once it's spent 360 odd days around the world and it comes back around again to you, avoid that individual, all right? Because they will be even less serious than they were before, because they show as a Fool. And also, and equally as bolshy as well. What should you embrace? The Knight of Wands energy. I think that you've just got to start with this Knight of Wands energy, moving ahead, but moving ahead with a sense of purpose with this Knight of Wands energy, with a sense of exhilaration and enthusiasm for the future with the Knight of Wands energy showing here. All right, that's what I think that you need to embrace. I think if this is this person coming back round again, avoid that person coming back round. They show as a Fool for a reason, because they're immature and uncommitted. They're also bolshy, and they're also quite arrogant as well. This Fool can definitely be a card of somebody who's extraordinarily arrogant, because they've got no semblance of guilt at all. Look at him, he's got no baggage. We don't know what the fucking Fool did before. Sorry for swearing. But we don't. We don't know what he did before. We haven't got a clue what this guy did before. And yet he walks along like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. So he can definitely be somebody who's like, oh, well, you know, yep, she did get rid. But you know what? I think I'll go in there again, you know. And they've got no sense of guilt. And they've got no sense of responsibility. That's why they show as being a Fool. Somebody who's quite young, quite immature. If they're not young, then they've got a very immature and young outlook. All right, if this person should come round again, just embrace, ignore that person and just move on. Knight of Wands energy. Carry on moving in your lane. Carry on moving towards your purpose. If you need advice or support, where can you go? You can go to the Ten of Swords. Oh, God. You can go to the Ten of Swords. Well, you could go to somebody who you've been communicating with. Maybe you could go to somebody who's been hurt by this person, perhaps. Or maybe you can go to somebody who's been hurt in this way. Because the Ten of Swords is about being hurt. Stabbed in the back. Betrayed. Let down. Maybe you need to go to somebody who's suffered or gone through what you've gone through with this Ten of Swords energy showing here. Maybe they can give you some enlightenment. Especially if you get tempted by someone coming back round again with that Fool energy. Alright? The Ten of Swords person almost when I look at this card, they're kind of just staying with their pain. They've got all of these swords in the back, but they're kind of just staying with the pain. They're admitting that they're down. Here, if the card is about you just being, because I'm seeing two cards indicating pretense, and that's the Two of Swords and the Fool energy showing here. I'm just seeing two cards that are indicating absolute pretense. Okay, one where you're just blocking your emotions, that's your goal, it's just to ignore how you truly feel. The other one is, that's your goal. The other one is the Fool, where you need to avoid this. Just so you could say that your goal is to just be completely like, I don't care, and block your emotions out, even though you feel them, suppress them, but you need to avoid being oblivious and suppressing and saying, oh yes, I'm fine, everything like that. You need to sit with that emotion. You need to admit to how you feel, okay, and go with that emotion, because you will ride the storm. If you need advice, go to someone who's not afraid to admit, I guess, with the Ten of Swords energy, that, you know, it took them a long time probably to get back up. It took them a long time to recover from something here. Maybe you need to go to someone who tells you, because for some of you Capricorns, it might be that you say to yourself, and I just get the impression that when I look at this reading, that for some of you Cappies, you almost feel like it's not okay to feel, you know, and this is your obstacle. So this is being alone, being on your own, being single again, having all of that space. That's the obstacle showing up in you, the obstacle that you need to overcome here, Capricorn. Being on your own, being single again, not having that partner around, whatever the case is, yeah? But you're not admitting to that with the Two of Swords. You're determined not to admit to that. And the universe is saying, don't oppress it, you know, welcome it, embrace that. Don't oppress it, because that's your goal, is to oppress your true feelings. But what you could achieve if you can overcome that energy of being on your own is, you know, you could achieve with the King of Cups energy that you are not only controlling your emotions, but you're also facing up to them at the same time, you know. And maybe you need to speak to someone who's been through that, who has been through the hurt, and who will tell you, do you know what, actually, it's okay to be hurt. It's all right to be hurt. It's okay to be on a downer, because this person is down. And they're probably not down now, but you need to go to someone who can say to you, it's all right to be down. It's okay to feel depressed and to feel really kind of like really hurt. It's okay to embrace that. Because the more that you try and ignore it, I think, Capricorn, and the more that you try and, you know, ignore the true hurt that you're going through, I think the more internal damage you're probably going to do to yourself, okay? So it's best just to embrace how you truly feel, and at the same time embrace that in that energy, everything's going to be fine. You're going to surpass it, you're going to move past it, but don't ignore it, embrace it and be honest about it. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is for you through the Witch's Oracle. So Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Capricorn on this reading? What is the advice that you have for Capricorn on this reading, please, in one card? Okay, the advice is meditation. So you need to meditate for clarity. All right, you need to meditate and pray for clarity, Capricorn, okay? Because I do feel that there are some blockages that you are suppressing. There are things that you're really holding down, and it's not a good thing for you to do. You need to bring it up and you need to face it. I think some of you guys don't want to face that emotion. You don't want to face that thing. You're almost like, you know, I'm fine, I've got rid of this idiot, blah, 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 blah. But I think if you don't face it, it's either going to take you down, or you'll end up doing something that you regret, especially if that person comes around again, because you've not really dealt with it and you've not really cleansed yourself off it. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm going to come back with your work reading. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a quick look at what's going on for work for you, 7th to the 13th of December 2019. Let's have a look. So we've got the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is all about it depends on how you want to read that card. Sometimes this can be about being really close family, but on the Dark Mansion Tarot, she looks like she's reminiscing to me. So I get the impression that some of you guys are reminiscing, you're thinking back to a time. Let's have a look at the next card. Death energy showing up here. Do you know what I get when I look at those two cards together, and what I immediately thought when these cards showed up, Capricorn, was that the honeymoon period is over. I got the honeymoon period is over. All right, because I just get the impression that somewhere, that something that you guys have done, and it might be because I'm getting the impression, I don't know what the other cards are, it just almost feels like somebody's showing their true colours in this reading. This feels like the honeymoon period, because when you're doing the Six of Cups, you're in bliss. And it's almost like a childlike card. So there is a sense of putting on those kind of, you know, rose-tinted glasses, and everything looks beautiful and wonderful in the garden. But with the Death card, it's at an end. It's over. So I just feel with these cards here that it's almost like the honeymoon period. It might be the trial. The trial period is over in the workplace. Let's have a look at the next one. There's a man here, a King of Wands. Okay, so it's involving an individual. There's a man here, a King of Wands. Let's have a look. The Fool. So an opportunity, new opportunity with the full energy showing here. The Knight of... I'm thinking an opportunity is offered. So I would say that this is a trial period. So if any of you guys have gone through a trial period, I think the man here is going to make you an offer. I think the boss, the King of Wands, is going to finally make you an offer you now this opportunity. All right, because I think that this isn't. I think this is because when you do a trial period somewhere, people are usually a lot easier on you. So, you know, things are a bit easier and you're treated a bit more with kid gloves and people are a bit more helpful. But I think that you've passed a trial. I would say a trial period is over here, and there is a person here, a King of Wands, the manager, the boss, whoever this is. They're going to offer you the opportunity here. This new opportunity is being offered to you now. Okay, so I would say in work, for some of you Cappies, if you've been through a trial period, you'll be offered the job. All right, the proper job. Let's have a look at the next one. Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a cycle. It's a change happening here. Justice energy. So I think that there's a cycle here now. There's a new cycle here. The justice energy showing up here. It almost feels very karmic, these energies here do, because the Wheel of Fortune is a karmic cycle, and the justice energy is whereby is complete. So it almost feels like a cycle with the Wheel of Fortune is complete with the justice energy showing here. So justice is complete energy here. But you've got the Five of Coins. That's a surprise. Now the Five of Coins is being sacked from a job. So it's where you're losing a job with the Five of Coins energy. I'm seeing somebody losing a job. The Queen of Swords is a cut. The Knight of Wands. That's interesting. Cutting movement. Five of Coins energy. Cycle is complete. The Five of Coins is loss of a job. Loss. The Queen of Swords. There are cuts. Progress is cut. Progress. There's no progress here. No progress. This is progress or a move. Cut. It's like it's been cut. Like progress has been cut in this area here. A job loss. Five of Coins energy showing up here. But could this be then out of the blue? A decision perhaps? Because this could be out of the blue. The Wheel of Fortune. A decision's been made. Job loss. This progress has been cut. It's interesting. It's a bit shitty, but what I'm getting from this reading is that a trial period is over. You know, cycle is now complete. Trial period is over. You're offered, some of you guys are offered a position, a new position, because the Fool is new and this is the position that's offered. So some of you guys being, now that the cycle is complete, the trial is over, you're offered this new position by this King of Wands. But there's a job loss here. Five of Coins energy here. A decision to reject this, or a decision to reject you perhaps here. Progress cannot be maintained here. This is cutting out of because she's cutting. See how that Knight of Wands wants to come forward, but she's like, no, you're not coming in. It feels like progress is cut. It feels like for some of you Capricorns, you're offered something, like you did a trial or something like that, and it went really well, and then you're offered the job, you're offered the new position, but for some reason it doesn't go ahead. That's how it feels in this reading. Or it could simply be that for some of you, it could work two ways. It could be that for some of you, there is a trial period coming to an end, and you are offered via this King of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So you're offered King of Wands. Sorry, what am I saying? You are offered Knight of Cups, a new position by the King of Wands. All right. So I'm seeing you being offered a new position. Some of you guys, after a trial period, will be offered a new job. However, some of you guys, cycle is complete. So some of you guys might also, because this is like the trial period is at an end. Some of you guys might have gone through a trial period as well here, but they'll decide, Queen of Swords, to let you go. No progress, no further progress. I'm seeing two things actually. It's really weird with your reading actually, Capricorn, but I think it's actually two things that I'm looking at here. Number one, half of you that are watching this, if this resonates with you, trial period is over. Six of Cups and the Death card. King of Wands offers you Knight of Cups, new position, Fool within the company. And then for some of you, trial period again, cycle is complete, justice. The trial period is at an end. However, some of you guys, the decision will be made to let you go. 5 of coins, energy showing here. Therefore, progress has been thwarted by that queen. So some of you guys are actually getting ahead after a trial in a job. You're going to get the job. Some of you guys, unfortunately, will be let go. Let's have a quick look at what the career advice is on this reading. So we're going to put down the career card and we're going to shuffle. So Universe Spirit, what is the advice for career for Capricorn, please? What advice do you have for career in Capricorn? So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, let's have a quick look at what the advice is. Let me just get a little drink. I have to keep my drink next to me because ginger, because I do a lot of talking every day. I do a lot of private clients, and I do a lot of obviously the YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube for 3 weeks, as you know, because I wasn't well. But yeah, so career. Let's have a look. Rose. Romances in the air apparently in your work. So you've got romances in the air for work for some of you guys. Table. There's going to be some hard work ahead in work. And the Weeping Willow, family sorrow. So maybe the family is obviously going to be your work family. So there might be some sorrow in terms of the work family. You've got some hard work ahead, and for some of you guys, there's romance happening in your careers as well. Let's have a quick look at what the money card is saying, because I like to do wealth at the same time. So let's put down wealth, and let's see what's going on financially for you guys. Let's have a look here. So financially, Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Capricorn in their finances, 7th to the 13th of December 2019? What do you have for Capricorn and work? Let's have a look. So we've got, wealth, money. So spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness and understanding in terms of finances. You've got the dog barking. So there's going to be advice from a friend. Probably you're going to get some spiritual advice or some enlightenment concerning from a friend concerning your finances. And the vine. Seek out information that will help you financially. All right, brilliant. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do your love reading. Okay, let's have a look at love for Capricorn. What do we see? Oh, there's a King of Cups there, my darlings. Could be a water sign, male or female, but this is a really nice card. This is the card that you really want to see when it comes to a love reading, because you want to see someone who is, you know, who will love you unconditionally, somebody who will care about you, somebody who loves you besides, no matter what you look like, what weight you are, whoever you are. The King of Cups is a really good card to get when it comes to love, because he really does love unconditionally, a very lovely man or a woman. Let's have a look at the next card. Oh, soulmate. I'm seeing a soulmate around you, a King of Cups and the Star. I'm seeing a soulmate around you, because the star is where souls align. You know, this is like alignment of souls. This is like the alignment of two souls together. It's a very spiritual card. I feel that this is more soulmate. It feels like very much like a soulmate energy showing here with the star energy with this person here. Knight of Wands. Okay. So I feel that more than anything with the Knight of Wands, it almost feels like there's the pursuit of something special with a King of Cups, because the Knight of Cups is a pursuer. He pursues things. He is ready. He is ready to experience. It depends. You can read him in a multiple of ways, but sometimes when you get the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, they are pursuing something. And I feel that this King of Cups may be pursuing something amazing or special with you with this star energy. I think there is the pursuit of something spiritual as well. So this King of Cups may be envisaging as well. He's got the cup in front of him. All right. But I feel that this person may be pursuing something really special. It goes beyond sex. It goes beyond physicality. It goes beyond that type of thing. It goes into the spiritual, because we've got the star energy showing up here. Let's have a look. Oh, this is lovely. The Four of Wands energy. So the Four of Wands energy is all about a happy, joyful relationship with the Four of Wands. It's about starting to build a secure relationship. It can be marriage as well. We've got the Page of Wands as well showing up here. So it's interesting because you've got a lot of wand energy here. all right? You've got a lot of wand energy, actually. And the Knight of Wands, you know, I'm not really keen on those cards as love cards per se, if I'm being honest with you. But I feel that there is a lot of kind of... I feel that you guys have a... When I look at this Four of Wands, I'm seeing two people together. There's an equality here in terms of how they are with each other. There's an interaction between two people here, and it's really nice. And then I have this page, you know, and it might be that this person here with the cup energy, the cup can sometimes like be the oracle, or it can be like the crystal ball. So this King of Cups could also be a highly intuitive individual in which he intuits and he sees clearly that with the star energy, maybe, just maybe, you and this individual are aligned. Your souls, you know, your souls together, your soulmates. There's a spiritual connection between the both of you with this star energy. He sees that there is a spiritual connection between the both of you. I think this starts with this person seeing, because I think he sees a very spiritual connection here, Capricorn, between you and them. And I think what he wants to pursue is a family. He wants to pursue a relationship, a family, perhaps even marriage. Maybe he wants children with that as well, with the Page of Wands. Maybe this person wants to pursue having children and a family with you because they see that there is a very, very spiritual and special connection. And I think that this person is aiming for the stars as well, because the Knight of Wands is aiming. So I think that this person is also aiming for the stars with you. And when you aim for the stars with someone, you're aiming for something amazing, something out of the ordinary, something really special, a high ideal, a high hope. So I think that this King of Cups energy is envisaging something really special with you. He envisages, he sees something very spiritual in what you have, but he's also aiming with that Knight of Wands, because he's got his aim with the wand, hasn't he? He's aiming for the stars. All right. I don't think, if I was to get things like devil and stuff, I would probably say it's sex or something. But I think he's aiming for the stars. And I think what the stars are for him, or her, are happiness, happy relationship, possibly marriage, Four of Wands, and children, Page of Wands energy showing here. Yeah, I certainly feel with the Ten of Coins and that Page of Wands and the Four of Wands, this person is aiming for the stars. This person wants marriage, they want children, they really want to settle down and build a life together. Yeah, definitely I would say the Empress and the Ten of Coins is a marriage combination as well. It's people who have settled down into a relationship here with the Empress and the Ten of Coins energy showing up here. Yeah, I mean, look at it. What did I say? You've got the Hierophant, you've got the Empress, you've got the Ten of Coins, you've got the Hierophant and the Four of Wands. It's marriage. What are the other ones showing up here? Yes, look, even though that's the Six of Wands, does it not look like marriage to you, Capricorn? Oh, wow. Please let it be a bloody good card. What the fuck is this? The Tower. Why have we got the Tower? Okay, I'm not going to look at this negatively. It's very easy as a reader just to go to the negative when you see a card like that. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to figure this out one moment. See, that combination there can be somebody's confidence is shook, though. Shook by a Knight of Swords and a King of Swords. I had to pull two more cards off the top. I wanted to see what they... Because I'm getting confidence is shook with the Tower energy. Because I think that this person is aiming for the stars with you. But I'm wondering, Capricorn, do you have somebody else? I'm wondering, do you have someone else? Because there's somebody around you who wants to aim for the stars with you. They really do want to aim for the stars with you. They really do. They want marriage, Hierophant and the Four of Wands and the Ten of Coins and the Empress. They want children, Empress and the Page of Wands. They want marriage here again with the Six of Wands. It looks like a marriage scene. But if I was to double up the confidence, the Six of Wands and the Tower, it looks like their confidence has been shaken though. I think there's somebody else here. I think there's somebody else here. I think this Knight of Swords and King of Swords shows a very kind of determined male. Another, it could be a man, but there's another person here who I think is very interested in you. And I think this person is around you. I think for some of you Cappies, you might have two people showing up here. There's Three of Swords, heartbreak. Third party situation going on here, heartbroken. Somebody is rejecting their commitment. Ace of Coins and that Five of Swords. Five of Swords pretty much rejects whatever's in front of it or behind it. They reject it, they refute it. Feels heartbroken that you're refuting their commitment. I think there's another person involved in the situation, and I think this King of Swords is heartbroken that you're refuting their commitment. I think this is you, Capricorn, refuting their commitment. You don't want it. What I'm getting here is you know, you have a choice, I think, between whether you want this bully boy, or he's not even a bully boy, is he? I mean, he does show with the Knight of Swords, but this to me, this looks like a bit of a know-it-all, because the Knight of Swords is a real show-off. A man who's got the gift of the gab. A man who is extraordinarily assured of who he is. You know, this is someone who, you know, if I were to kind of imagine who these people were, especially this King of Wands, if I were to, King of Swords, sorry, if I were to imagine who this King of Swords was, I would imagine him to walk around in very nice suits. Probably quite tall, good looking, very well spoken, knows how to make a woman or a man swoon just by his voice. Dresses very well, as I've said, is very upstanding, possibly has his nose in the air, very charismatic as a character. This guy here, again, very nicely dressed, but also extraordinarily humble as well. Very loving and wears his heart on his sleeve. And I would say here, it looks to me like, Capricorn, that you have somebody here who really cares about you. This person sees your potential with the star. This person really, really sees your potential, all right? They see your potential. They see your beauty. They see beyond everything, all right? They actually see, I think, your spirit. And I think this person wants to aim with the Knight of Wands energy for the stars with you because they want to marry you, Four of Wands and that Hierophant. This person actually with the Hierophant and the Four of Wands wants to marry you. They want to have children with you, with the Empress and the Page of Wands energy and the Ten of Coins. All right, and you can see that they want to marry you here as well. Six of Wands looks like a marriage. They actually think that you're the one, but their confidence has been shattered. I wouldn't be surprised if the confidence was shattered by a sudden email or a sudden message coming from this individual here. I think there's a sudden message. I think for some of you Capricorns, if it resonates with you, you've got a third party, you've got another person around you, and this person messages you. All right? And I think that it causes this King of Cups heartbreak. And they're heartbroken because there's a third party on the scene. And because they don't feel that you're as serious about their commitment. As soon as this person comes on the scene, you seem not to be that interested, Capricorn. So, you know, it's going to be make up your mind time, I think. Which, if it resonates with you, Cappies, who is it that you want? Do you want this king or do you want this one? Because it feels to me you may want this one because this one doesn't wear their heart on their sleeves. And maybe it's the old adage that we like a bit of the bad boy. This looks like the bad boy to me with the Knight of Wands Swords and the King of Swords. It looks like the bad boy to me. This looks like the good one. But sometimes people don't want the good one. They want the bad one because the bad one seems unattainable. It's up to you. You've got to make the decision about what it is that you want. Let's have a look at what the love advice is for you, Cappies. What's the advice you have for love for Capricorn, please, universe? What's the advice you have for Capricorn and love? Show me in 3 cards. So you got 1, 2, oops, and 3. So I've chosen 3 cards. Let's have a look. Don't know what these are. Let's have a look. Broken ring. So it is parting of the ways in either romance. There could be a parting of the ways in a romance here for some of you guys. Let's have a look at the next one. The jug. But there's light, but you could have a light-hearted, carefree time. Carriage. A journey, either physical or mental. All right, I think that there's going to be a lesson that you're going to learn in this because I'm seeing a journey and I think that it's the physical journey, the mental journey that you're going through, all right? Some of you guys, there might be a parting of a romance. Maybe because you're too light-hearted and carefree about the whole situation, which is why this person's really upset that you're not taking this seriously, this commitment, this King of Cups. But I feel that there's going to be a journey, a mental journey that you're going to go on, and I think that you're going to learn a lesson through this, to be perfectly honest with you, Capricorn. All right, that's your reading, my darlings. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like to order your 2020 year ahead reading with me, Capricorn, don't be shy. Just go to the website, click on the reading. It's on the pay for reading page. Those readings are up until the 16th of December by 12 midnight, okay? If you like to order just a normal reading, you can go through to the website and order there, okay? Love you guys loads. Take care. Bye-bye, Cappies. Bye.